避難所。お邪魔します。あんなところになんかあるぞ。血まみれのドルマンジャケット。お、サイコメトリータイム。あら、王様と伯爵でございますか。
Look at them parading around like peacocks. These scoundrels, rotten to their very core. See how they proudly display their vices and shameful privileges, tirelessly working to drag morality through the mud, trampling love itself.
The Queen is said to have read your liaison before her husband banned it. It's hilarious, isn't it?
I'm not surprised. No matter how hard I work to denounce their immoral practices, the aristocrats saw my novel as nothing more than a light-hearted bit of fluff. How naive I was to imagine that my pen could slice away the gangrene of their debauchery.
Well, fortunately, you have more than one string to your bow, mon capitaine.
王様たちに対して何かやってやろうっていう気持ちがあったのかな。こんなところにお宝ボックス。オープン宝箱。密輸人の帽子。マンドランのダブレット。新しい装備でございますね。おしゃれ。ただアイテムのドロップが増えるのか。あと火炎の耐性が結構上がる。はいはいはい。これもそうね。まあ。まあ、いらないかな。いらないっていう言い方は良くないな。使わないかな。だって、おや？誰かいらっしゃいますね。
Monsieur Marat.
Huh? Hey? Who goes there? La diable, je m'attendais. So this is the famous huntress Diana I've heard so much about. Truly, 'tis an honor, madame. Now let me have a look at you. Oh, oui. You're just as they described. An angel of death, descended from the heavens to vanquish the clockwork tyrant.
Who depicted me this way, monsieur?
Mes compagnons, madame. Chief among them is Monsieur Chaudelot de Laclos. They have observed you dispensing justice all over the city. A most expeditious justice at that, as befits the crimes committed by our good king. What a strange machine you are. Gifted with intelligence, clearly, but also with speech and the freedom to do as you please. Cependant, you are still an automat. Who is your master?
お日様でございますわ。
The poor thing. To what new level of desperation has her husband's madness driven her? Does she finally intend to leave this kingdom, where she should never have set her dainty little feet?
No, monsieur. She means to put an end to her husband's madness.
What, with you? You in what army? That's quite amusing, you must admit.
And you, Monsieur Marat? Who is your master?
I serve not a master, but a cause. That of the Duc d'Orléans. His cousin the king has no place on that throne, and nor does his wretched dynasty. The Bourbons, along with their wars, their crimes, and their vices, are finished. It's high time their sceptre be passed to an enlightened, just monarch. One who is sympathetic to the people's sufferings. But now that I think about it, madame, look at us. We've been standing around chatting like old friends for several minutes, and I still don't know to what I owe the pleasure of your visit.
I must go to the Bastille, where Monsieur de Vaucanson is imprisoned.
Oui. Such a sad fate for a king's lackey. And what do you want with your creator? This man whose blood-stained hands built the army that's currently setting Paris ablaze.
What Vaucanson has done, only Vaucanson can undo.
Fair enough. Alas, while I come and go as I please through these tunnels, it is impossible to enter the fortress.
Impossible, dites-vous?
A sanguinary automat is spreading death and terror in the depths of this quarry. At the cost of their lives, my comrades were able to sabotage the floor of the cave to limit its movements. Nevertheless, it stands between you and the tunnel that leads to the Quartier du Temple, and that's the only way to reach the Bastille.
And yet that's exactly what I intend to do, Monsieur Marat.
À votre guise. I shall not attempt to dissuade you. There is one small thing, though. I had to disable the mobile walkways to protect myself from the automats. But since you managed to come here, I assume you already know a lot about these devices.
Indeed.
Here. This would allow you to reach the lower tunnels.
なるほどね。なんかこの人が次のオートマタのあれになんかなってるのかなと思ったけど、そうでもなかったね。ミラボーを誹謗する新聞。自らの心臓を銃剣に捧げるとは、ミラボー伯爵の狡猾な計略には脱帽だ。民衆の目には、プロヴァンスの松明は、かつてないほど猛々しく燃え盛る炎に移ったであろう。だがそのベールを剥がし、ミラボー閣下のいかにもおごり高ぶった口ぶりや、その醸し出される威厳に対しての真実の光を浴びせなければならない。この男は所詮、治水の奴隷であり、なんとかであり、狂信的な権力の下僕であり、愛国者の仮面をかぶっているに過ぎないのだ。わずか2年前まで己のニッカーボッカーまで死に入れ、6リーブルを借り入れるほどに困窮していた聖ミラボー様は、今やどっぷりと富豪としての生活を堪能している。つい最近購入したばかりのマンションの値段は20万リーブルにも及ぶ。これの現金を一括払いなさった。3人の愛人がいらっしゃるミラボー様は、豪華な贈り物でご婦人たちを楽しませている。万人と友好を深め、借金もご返済なさった。だがその金の出所はどこなのだろうか。それはフランス王国の国庫であり、さらに言えばミラボー様が暴君に売り渡した民衆の血税なのである。無知猛まりたる者によって聖人とまで呼ばれ、盲目的な右往の衆が崇め立つ祭りこの悪漢は、信者たちを見て笑い転げているに違いない。ミラボーが描いた民衆への侮蔑はあまりにも膨れ上がり、もはや本人も隠すことすらしなくなったほどだ。以下略。長いんだわ、この新聞。もうちょっとわかりやすくまとめていただけませんかね。
I am working on it, Monsieur Marat.
That's the only way to reach the lower tunnel. The mechanism is on...
Who laid on this blood-stained mattress?
Oh, it's a strange story. I suppose you heard about what happened in Place Dauphine?
Indeed. I went there.
Well, we took in one of the survivors of the massacre. The only survivor, it seems. Despite his serious injuries, he was particularly talkative.
What did he tell you?
He kept saying that Lafayette was a traitor in the king's pay. That the flaxen-haired hero had deliberately handed his brand new National Guard over to the automats.
What evidence did your guest have?
Nothing substantial, unfortunately. It was based on a simple rumor that was circulating in the camp shortly before the Royal Army attacked. It would appear that several volunteers carried a yellow cartridge in their cartridge pouches. Most likely a subtle way for the conspirators to recognize each other. The subsequent disaster would tend to confirm this hypothesis. Vous ne croyez pas?
These are suspicions. Nothing more.
Right you are. Oh, if only I had proof of this conspiracy. Then I'd be able to scutter the ambitions of that cur Lafayette for good. The would-be dictator's plans would be foiled.
I must get to the bottom of this urgently.
Very well. I encourage you to do so. But remember that the Marquis could not have acted alone. If you can't find anything implicating him, look into the members of his staff. Start in Place Dauphine, where those brigands sullied the ground with their boots.
Monsieur Marat, did you take part in an operation that aimed to kidnap the Dauphin and his sister Charlotte?
Me take part in an operation? Nonsense. My only weapon is my pen, and I have sharpened it, believe you me. That said, we did receive some information concerning the children. Unfortunately, I'm sworn to secrecy. If such an operation did indeed take place, Monsieur de Leclos would have been the one behind it. Alas, I fear that he is no longer of this world. There is little doubt that he and his men fell in the galleries.
Dites-moi, Monsieur Marat, what exactly are you doing hiding in a quarry?
I've made a lot of enemies. In my publications, I have always denounced the corrupt, and those who corrupt them. These vampires who cheat the weak and bleed the nation dry. Chief among them? That crook, Lafayette. That Tren Sabre. A career soldier who thinks he's Caesar. Not content to maintain an army of rats, this Blondin has all the Châtelet's judges in his pocket. It seems my prose upset him, as he swore to hunt me down. If I hadn't fled, I'd have been done for, there's no doubt about that.
Who are your compagnons?
Patriots who come and go in the quarries throughout the city, under the command of Monsieur Leclos. Alas, there are few left. And I wager that it won't be long before the machines that have taken over our hiding place find me. My hours are numbered. Mais vous-même, have you found any companions for yourself?
Members and supporters of the Third Estate have gathered at the Cordelier Convent.
Would you be so kind as to name them?
In addition to Monsieur de Robespierre, the Comte de Mirabeau is there.
Le Flambeau de Provence. An artful chameleon who skillfully dons every colour of the rainbow.
The Marquis de Lafayette, Monsignor de...
Say no more. They're just the privileged class celebrating the marriage of cowardice and treason. With adversaries like them, the king is sure to triumph.
Who is Monsieur de Leclos?
A brilliant writer whose pen has shaken the old world, but is also an experienced military engineer who has sworn his sword to our common cause, to his great misfortune, it would appear. There is little doubt that he died leading his men through the tunnels.
なるほど。ラファイエットを誹謗する新聞。なんか、この間、ラファイエットに、国籍渡しちゃったけど、大丈夫だったのかなって思ったりし始めてるんだな、これが。ひょっとして、なんかやらかしちゃった？でもロベスピエール君もなんかちょっと気に入らなかったからな。
Thanks to what I learned from Monsieur Marat, I will use the mobile walkway
しょうがな
to
いね。
reach the lower levels. Voila. That should have fixed the walkway.
昇降機を起動しますよと。新しいやつが増えてるんだろうな。なるほどね。昇降機がやってまいりましたよ。上にも行ける、下にも行ける。では上に行きましょう。上に何かあるかもしれない。これ外に出てきただけでは外に出てきただけでしたね。なるほどね。下に行きましょうか。じゃあ。下に参ります。下に参ります。どうやら強いオートマーターがいるような気配を感じるんだぞい。さて、下にやってまいりました。 探索を開始しましょうかね。なるほど。バリケードがいくつも作られてるね。向こうから侵入するのかな？ぱっと見敵はいない感じだな。水が滴り落ちてる？わお！びっくりした。すごいびっくりした。驚いたね。驚いた。すっごい驚いた。驚かしてくれた君は許すわけにはいきませんな。よし。敵がいるとは思わなかったんですね。氷結耐性。この次のボス戦は氷結を使ってくる感じか？だとしたらちょっと厄介でございますわね。わ、割れちゃった。割れちゃいましたね。痛い。間に合わなかった。お返しですわ。ぶちかましていく。痛い。クリティカル攻撃。追い打ち。わ、いるよ。あー、雲もいらっしゃいますわね。困ったもんですね。ぶちかましていく。オッケー。落ち着いて。あ、やばいやばい。お危ないところだった。危ないね。一発で炎上しちゃったね。ほっといたらそのまま倒れたりしないかな？はい、OK。ここ本当に掘って大丈夫なところ？水が滴り落ちていて、落盤するんじゃねえかっていう気がするんだけどね。上には行けないね。何もない。と思ったらあったわ。アイテムが落ちてましたね。はいはいはい。念のため回復。おっと、敵がいらっしゃいますね。あそこに敵がいるのが見えていらっしゃいますわよ。あれと2対1は避けたいな。先制攻撃。ああ、3対1になっちゃった。勘弁してくれ。厄介なやつが寄ってきた。よし。いいぞ。オッケー。ナイス。ナイス。いい感じよ。オッケー。あ、失敗した。危ねえ。危ない危ない。ぶちかましていこう。ぶちかましていきましょうね。燃えた燃えた。 このままちょっとダメージを稼がしていただきましょうかね。くそ。やるじゃない。いい感じにダメージを稼げるな、これは。あっという間に。あかん、あかん、あかん。やばい、やばい。ちょっとシャレにならん。ちょっとシャレにならなかったですね。危ない危ない。油断は大敵でございますわ。至るところに水が漏水してるっていうか、お宝オープン。何が入ってるのかな。マンドランのキュリットとマンドランのカリガとパスキン。装備装備。走行はそんな変わらんけど、耐性が上がったりする。なるほどね。アイテム集めにちょうどいい感じか。強化素材とかが欲しい時に使うといい感じなのかもしれない。